the golden age of television, which means some of Hollywood's biggest stars, who only used to appear on the big screen, are now gleefully taking gigs on the small screen. In celebration of these crossover kings and queens, I created a collection called Oscar Nominees We Love on TV, which features 13 of this year's nominated stars and the notable television projects you can watch right now. The collection includes the likes of Will Smith, who was nominated for King Richard and can be watched, of course, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on HBO every episode. Jessica Chastain, who was nominated for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, can be seen right now in a limited series called Scenes from a Marriage on HBO Max. Benedict Cumberbatch is nominated for The Power of the Dog and can be seen in the Showtime drama Patrick Melrose. And Denzel Washington, who is nominated for The Tragedy of Macbeth, he can be seen in the classic medical drama Saint Elsewhere, every single episode, every season, available right now on Hulu. It's very cool. Go check it out. There is one particular nominee that I'm very excited about, and her name is Olivia Colman. She has had a really incredible couple of years. She won an Oscar in 2019 for her performance in The Favorite. She was nominated in 2021 for her performance in The Father, and is nominated again this year for her performance in The Lost Daughter. If you just put a "the" in front of any of her movie titles, she gets nominated for an Oscar. She also has an extensive TV resume, especially in the UK, but also here, including roles in The Night Manager, Broadchurch, Fleabag, The Crown, and most recently, the HBO Max limited series Landscapers. Based on a true story, Landscapers follows a mild-mannered married couple that kills her parents, buries them in the backyard, and almost gets away with it for more than a decade. The series has a 98% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It is well worth your time. It's only 4 episodes. And it's got David Thewlis, who you might recognize from Harry Potter. For the youngins out there, go watch this serious drama. Your beloved Harry Potter guy is in it. And Olivia Colman. So very, very cool. Liz, who from this list are you really vibing with?
So I chose Penelope Cruz. She is nominated for her role in Parallel Mothers, and we could also see her in the assassination of Gianni Versace. So I think what's interesting right now is that both she and her husband, Javier Bardem, are both nominated for Best Actress and Best Actor, he for being in The Ricardos. And she is, I think, someone who doesn't get enough credit for her roles and what it is that she does, and also known as not Salma Hayek, right? So I think everybody confuses her with Salma Hayek. She talks about her great relationship with Salma and how they became friends, but she is definitely someone who, and if you haven't watched The Assassination of Versace, Gianni Versace, please go ahead and do that. I mean, she does an amazing job as Donatella Versace, his sister, and going through obviously such a difficult time in her life and trying to maintain an empire, grieve the brother, and all the other things that go into what you would expect someone to go through in terms of your brother being murdered and trying to keep up your empire. But yes, definitely someone that I think people should keep an eye out for. She's someone who is underestimated, I think, most times, and people forget who she is. And again, she's not Salma Hayek. She's Penelope Cruz, and was nominated for Parallel Mothers.
Tell him, Liz.
This is a very beautiful episode.
Yeah, both beautiful women, just a little different. Also want to mention, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, is that The Assassination of Gianni Versace was Penelope's first American TV debut, which she ended up winning a nomination for as well. So, I mean, definitely check it out if you haven't already. Would love to hear, Gordon, who you chose.
Before I get into that, I want you to know I would never confuse Penelope Cruz with Salma Hayek because I love them equally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, wait. Also, before you go, Gordon, Penelope Cruz is one of the most beautiful criers on screen. I know this is like a weird thing. She never looks bad crying, and she cries a lot in her movies. She's also mastered this, like, she gets these big, like, bubbly, teary eyes, and then she just has the single tear come down. Like, Penelope Cruz has mastered the single tear, beautiful cry situation.
Oh,
And
I love that.
it's a real skill. I don't know what she
Maybe
is. She's eye drops or what it is.
Maybe that's the next big Oscar category, the single tear cry.
Yeah, best crier.
But yeah,
agreed.
Yeah. Well, my pick, I'm going through a bit of a J.K. Simmons renaissance, if you will. He's always kind of been like great in everything he's been in, but not really appreciated until he played Terrence Fletcher in Whiplash a couple years and won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar, which is a fantastic movie. There's a lot of language in it, but it's a great movie. Check it out if you get a chance. But just looking back at all the things he's done, from Juno to the Spider-Man movies, the Spider-Men movies, Justice League. And if you know me, I am the world's biggest Ghostbusters fan. He has a cameo as a very important part of Ghostbusters lore in the new Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, which is great, by the way. I'm biased, but I love it. But what we're talking about is his roles on television. And we got to talk about Counterpart, which I don't want to say too much about this because I don't want to spoil anything. It aired on Starz from 2017 to 2019. And he plays Howard Silk, a couple of versions of Howard Silk. As you know, like, alternate universes are all the rage these days, but maybe he was one of the first people to do it. But it's fantastic, like this kind of like Cold War thriller between alternate universes. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get into spoiler territory. He's fantastic, and he's fantastic in everything. Apparently I'm like his press agent now. I'm like, J.K. Simmons. Fun fact, going into today's episode, I was scared to death of calling him J.K. Rowlings, but I didn't do it. The whole time I said J.K. Simmons. So yeah. And again, check him out in Whiplash. Check him out in Counterpart on Starz. And what a fantastic actor, and what a renaissance he's having. And in the Farmers ads. Do you get Oscars for Farmers ads? Maybe you'll get one for there too. But that's what I got, David. That's my my thought on J.K. Simmons. Back to you.
I used to cover the Farmies, which were the farmers. Farmers
you
Insurance
win awards for your commercials for insurance. Yeah, he's huge in that industry.
Apparently, they get really high ratings. They get high ratings.
Yeah.
They figured it out.
J.K. Simmons, fun fact, is also the voice of one of the M&Ms in the M&M commercials. He's the yellow one. Oh, I'm Santa Claus.
He's too good for that. He's too good for that. Like, he should be like the smart.
Too good for M&Ms.
Like he should. I love M&Ms, but he. Oh boy! Just now, I'm gonna have guilt every time I crack open a yellow M&M.
Support your pick of Counterpart. If you watch one show leaving today, Counterpart is so good and so underseen and so underrated. And I think you can say a little more about it without spoiling it. Like, they've discovered a portal to a mirror universe. And
go for it.
There's a tunnel. That doesn't spoil anything, right? There's a tunnel. And
a tunnel?
Once that's been breached.
Now they know there's a tunnel.
Now
they know there's a tunnel, David.
That's it. We're getting hate mail.
The tunnel doesn't spoil anything. There are versions of everyone. It's a mirror image, but once this has been breached, they both go off in their separate directions and evolve differently. So one world has different things than the other world, and there's like this sort of political cat and mouse game between giving each other too much or too little information to help each other. Like, if one world has discovered a medicine, the other one, a cure for cancer, the other world might not have. So you see the discrepancies in how these worlds.
There's a butterfly effect.
Yes, and J.K. Simmons plays like this agent who has to, who's tasked with like monitoring the other world. It's so good. If you like sci-fi, like, check it out. I just wanted to say more about it because it's great. 2
Agreed.
seasons.
Seconded.
You can do it.
2 seasons.
So to check out This collection, just say Oscar nominees on TV into your remote, and to catch up on all the Oscar nominated films before the telecast on Sunday, March 27th, just say Oscar nominees.